So how is Kenya today?
Kenya is very, very cold. No, it is very hot actually. And right now you can see we are trying to improve. Like our dollar is currently, I don't know, it was 150, 160 something the other time. Kenyan shilling was the dollar. But now it is
Yeah.
at 150. So this means that our economy is really doing well, but not that well because it has not reached to the market.
Okay. That is. It was. We have heard about Nigeria that their naira really went down. Their naira really went down. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, the other time I saw it, Naira versus Kenyan shilling. It
Yes.
was their Naira is it is very weak against Kenyan shilling. So
Naira has Naira has really gone down. It was even better. It was even a little bit better. But this, I think, it was last month that they say something happened in their economy, and so their currency has really dropped. Now, even the CFA franc, the currency that we are using here in Cameroon and all of CEMAC zone, the CFA franc now is more higher than naira.
yeah,
So we don't really know. That is just what is happening now in Nigeria. Even though we know the reason why this is happening. It's still this exploitation stuff, and what I'm talking about.
yeah. So that's okay because the thing I know about is that there's a point our president, I don't know, he borrowed money, Eurobond. Do you know about Eurobond?
Eurobond? No, I've never heard of that.
Eurobond.
Eurobond, is it a currency?
Yeah, it is a money that they hand to the economy so that the economy can do well. So that's something that as I think it has happened in our country. Like the president has borrowed money, as I think he has paid money. So that money is being used to stabilize the economy of Kenya. But this thing has not reached to the ground. Like it is only happening on the upper side, like banks, trades, banks, but among the citizens it is not happening. So those are the things that has been happening. And again, there's a US there's a US guy who killed a girlfriend in he killed a girlfriend in America. Then he ran away and he was found here in Kenya. So he has been on the run for the past 1 week. But today morning he was caught. So those are the things that has been happening in Kenya. It is really sad, but we are okay generally.
That's really sad. That's really sad to hear.
Mm.
Well, apart from that, I'm pleased to hear that at least Kenya is doing well economically. That is something that we all wish for as Africans, for us to, you know, for our economies to grow. So that is a good news.
Yeah. So we can jump in on the topic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what first of all, you can see that my network is very strong. The other time I had issues after issue.
Yeah, was it the network issue, or it was the
Yeah.
speed of the internet connection?
The supplier of that network, he was supplying very poorly. So you'll find that it was not reaching in my house actually in my house.
Yeah.
So I went and exchanged the supplier, and now we are here. I will be going live. We'll be going live like I promised you. We'll be going live like every day.
Okay, no, that's good to hear. To keep breaching, the culture together. That's
Yeah.
good.
So we want to talk about first of all, should we start with the Caribbeans and the Jamaicans? Where do you think you
Yes.
are very comfortable?
We should start with that because you know, at times we need to. look in the Caribbean. We need to look in the Caribbean because you know slaves that were being taken from Africa. Maybe so many people might not know this. Majority of the slaves that were being taken from Africa did not even go to the United States. They went back to the Caribbean. They went back to Brazil. And I don't know if you are aware that Brazil is having the highest number of slaves that were being taken from Africa. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, I saw it on Wodemai. I found out that there are a lot of blacks
In
in
Brazil?
Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jamaicans, when you look at the Caribbean, we are looking at Jamaica, we are looking at Barbados, we are looking at Haiti, and these are all our brothers that were being taken away from the motherland. And so they went that way and they happen like Haiti, for example, even though Haiti now is in a little bit of crisis, but Haiti, they were supposed to have joined the African Union. Haiti was could have joined the African Union, but due to some disagreement, and they were unable to join the African Union. So they recognize themselves as Africans, even though they are living in a different geographical location. But they know that their ancestors came from Africa, and which it is very, very important for us to talk about them.
Yeah, I've heard about Haiti, but I've heard that they have assassinated their president. I don't know, four presidents. Is it four or three?
I think it's four actually, and it is because of this crisis that they are having.
Okay.
You know, there is a I don't know if I should call it a civil, war or something like that they are having, and I think the Kenyan government sends I think some Kenyan troops to Haiti to support
It
to
was bad.
support so this is something that is just due to this. And if you take a look at the continent also, you're going to realize that it is still some countries here in the continent are still having these kind of issues. And if you want to look at what is happening, what is causing all this, you are going to realize that it is still we are fighting for freedom. Even though some people might think otherwise and say, even if we want to look for freedom, this is not the right way, and we should aim for democracy. But one thing that I know is that if if I tell you that, okay, now what is democracy? Democracy is something that it has to benefit the people. All right. Democracy has to benefit the people. And if some of these, crises are coming out, the people are fed up and they are like, we cannot continue like this. We want freedom. We want like even what is happening in Niger. If the people have stood up for a change, then I can still consider that a democracy.
So,
So
uh, I'm
yeah,
listening. I'm trying
yeah.
to say
So
that, yeah, continue.
yeah, so when we take a look at Haiti, we should at times we should be praying for them, and we should always remember that we are family, though we are living in different geographical areas. We are one family.
Yeah, so it is just the same way that this democracy, I think democracy is something that is also killing most of the African countries. Like you can see, like currently, I don't know if it is Senegal. Do you know about Senegal? Like the president is trying to postpone the day election will occur. Have you heard about that?
No, I've not really heard about it. That he's trying to postpone.
Yeah, he's trying to postpone the day the election should occur. So I have heard that most of the Western countries, it is still being dominated by the French colonies. And the funny part is that still some of the countries in Westerns, are paying taxes to those French countries, which I think it is really, really abnormal. And democracy, I also believe that it is something that is it's killing most of the African countries, since most of the African countries are installing poor leaders, ignorant
Yes.
leaders. corrupt leaders. So yes, democracy is really, really good, but at the same time, I feel that it is not good.
What I think in that aspect is that democracy, what Africa is practicing, is not really democracy. You understand? It's just something that is in the clothing of a democracy. But if you go deeper to it, you are going to realize that it is still being manipulated, if you know what I mean. Because, okay, we are practicing democracy. Okay, let's try to compare our own democracy with that of the West and with that of the Europe, or let me say the US. You are going to realize that there is a very big difference. The democracy that Africa is practicing is still being manipulated. Like, if we have done history, and there was a period when, during the colonization period, when Britain came and colonized their territories in Africa. They were practicing something known as the indirect rule. You understand that they are going to rule their territory indirectly. That is, they are going to appoint somebody and make that person a chief or a ruler on that territory. Meanwhile, the person is going to be taking every instruction from them. You understand? And that is still what is going on in Africa today. So I cannot boldly say that Africa is having democracy. That is a very big no-no for me. Instead, what I think that we as Africans, we need to do is to fight for us to have this spirit of Pan-Africanism. That is the only way that Africa can truly be free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about the Pan-Africanism, what do you know about it? Do you think it is going on? It is going well with most of the African countries?
Well, we saw what happened in Ghana, that the conference that was supposed to be held in Ghana was cancelled without any reason. Just at the moment where the conference, just hour away um from from the moment where the conference was supposed to be held, the conference was cancelled. And it is something that, I would say, though we are trying to establish Pan-Africanism, we should also be aware that the masters, the people that are still controlling us indirectly, are not okay with it. So they are going to do everything possible in order for them to stop this movement, because they know that Pan-Africanism is what is going to liberate Africa. And when I'm talking about liberate Africa, is what is going to free Africa totally, that they will not have access to our natural resources. They will not have access to into controlling us, because what they are doing to us is that they will install some, like, should I say, some of our leaders, and
Yes.
we as Africans, we are going to be like, we have our leaders, all right, we have our leaders, but on the other hand, they are being controlled by, what is it, I can say, the colonial masters. So with this, we don't have access to our resources. So they are fighting, because if we want to now say, okay, what was the reason why this Pan-Africanism conference was cancelled in Ghana? There is no solid explanation, because by the time when the conference was about to be organized, the Ghanaian government accepted and say, okay, this conference can be held in Ghana. So why is it that only hours away from when the conference had to start, that from nowhere the Ghanaian government just said, we are sorry, this conference cannot go on again. So this is something that we need to understand, and we need to also know that we should not stop. All right, we should not stop fighting for Pan-Africanism, because that is what the late Kwame Nkrumah was doing. He fought till his last breath, because he knew that Pan-Africanism is the only way for Africa to be free. Muammar Gaddafi from Libya also knew about this, and even our leaders from the diaspora. I'm talking about leaders like Marcus Garvey from the Caribbean, Jamaica, Martin Luther from the US, um, this other person, um so is it what's his name? He
Malcolm
was,
X.
yeah, Malcolm X. Yes, thank you, Malcolm X. So all of them stood for Pan-Africanism. And this is something that we need to know, that this is the only way forward. There is no other way. This issue of democracy, for me, Africa is not practicing democracy. For me,
It is not practicing at all, at all.
yeah.
So those are the things those are the current issues. Like I said, Africa, the only thing that is really lagging us behind is that democracy. Like we are being given freedom to choose our leaders, but at the end of it, there are some puppets. There are some people who are installing our leaders behind our backs, and these leaders we don't want them. And these leaders again, they are the people who are being used to control the resources of Africa. So those are the things that happened this week. Another one which happened this week is that the president of Namibia died. And
Yes,
yes,
I've heard about that.
yeah, it is very, very saddening. So now let's jump into what brought us here. Those were just the updates. So what do you know? Do you think Jamaica is also an African country?
Yes, 100%.
Is
100, yeah, 100%. Because if you have even watched some videos from Wodemaya, you are going to see there is a video that Wodemaya did, that he showed he tried to portray the Jamaican culture. You
yes,
understand? He tried to portray the Jamaican culture. And if you look at this culture, it is exactly like, okay, let me not just say it is exactly, but around 95% of what we are doing here in Africa. And one of the things that a group of people or a civilization carries from generation to generation, it is what their ancestors practiced. All right.
yes,
You can strip people away from their riches. You can strip people away from, whatsoever that you might strip them. But somehow they are still going to carry the cultures of their ancestors with them. So if you look at the Jamaican culture, or the Caribbean culture, you are going to realize that it is exactly from Africa.
yes,
Now, let me tell you something.
yes,
I think there was an interview that I watched, that Rihanna was interviewed, and they were like, you know, do you know about your cultural heritage, like where you come from? Have you done your ancestral DNA? And she said that there was even no need for her to do her ancestral DNA, because her mother told her that she is originally descendant from the Igbo tribe in
yeah,
Africa.
yeah,
Yes, she said it. She said that is where she is descended from. And if we want to look at the Igbo tribe in Africa, their geographical location today, we're going to realize that the Igbo tribe in Africa is currently located in what is known as Nigeria today. Even though during that period it was not known as Nigeria, but if we want to look at where the tribe is located today, we are going to see that it is located in Nigeria.
okay, wait a
So
minute, wait a minute. There are people saying that I'm a gay. Shit, let me change this shirt. Maybe it may bring a
why
problem.
why
Do you think this shirt
why
is a symbol
why do
for
you,
a gay? Yes.
why do you want to change your shirt?
Someone is saying that this t-shirt is for
Just
straight
forget.
shirt.
Let's move on. Let's move on with what we
Wait,
are
wait,
doing.
let me change it. I know. Give me 1 minute.
Uh, uh, Listen. Is it Bill Stanley? Bill Stanley. This gay stuff is not going on in Africa. So you know, you are hardly going to find this gay stuff in Africa. It's not going on here. You are typically going to be thrown into prison.
Yes, so I think I'm okay. But that
Yeah.
shirt, that shirt is not for gay, man. So let's continue. I wanted to talk about it. You said that Jamaica
Yes.
is is an Africa is in an African continent. But what about the
No, no,
Caribbean?
no.
Hmm.
I don't mean Jamaica is in
Oh,
African.
cultures. You meant cultures.
Yes, like cultural wise, it is 100% or 95% African.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that is what I mean.
yeah. So those are the things that we were talking about. Now, there are some issues that have been happening. Yeah? A lot of the Caribbeans, most of the
Yeah.
Africans have been complaining about the Caribbeans. Like they have been showing that there's an attitude the Caribbeans are showing to to Africans. Like the moment an African visits a Caribbean country, you'll find that
Mhm.
there's an attitude the Caribbeans usually show. So this is something that has been hungering most of the Africans. So do you think this attitude can make these African Americans, as they've been called, to live in Africa? Like before we went for this live, there's something that we were talking about that the African American should live at attitude, such attitude when they are coming here in Africa. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I understand perfectly.
Yeah. So can you answer that one?
Well, I've always told the African diaspora, and I will always say it again. When you are coming to the motherland, right? Because we know that we have lived in different cultures, all right, for a long period of time. So though we are the same people, but we have lived in different geographical areas and we have experienced different types of lifestyle. You understand what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yes.
I'm always telling the African diaspora that if you want to make your way back to the motherland, uh, do not expect to find America in Africa.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes. Like Raven
Yeah.
MC.
Do not.
She's talking about how yes, he's an African American. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. Yeah. So you do not expect to find America in Africa because I think that the reason why they might have some difficulties or the reason why they might have some issues when they get to the motherland is because they have not yet adapted to the cultures here in the motherland. You understand? And which is, we all know that if you're just moving new to somewhere, there was a saying that they always say that if you go to Rome, do what the
Yeah.
Romans do. You understand? Like if they move to the motherland, they should adapt with the culture and how things are being done here in the motherland. I know there is the negative side here in the motherland, but throw the negative side and accept the positive side here in the motherland. Do not expect to come and experience the same lifestyle or the same things that have been going on in the US. No, all right. And you should not also come and try to transform the motherland to be like America. No, that is it cannot work that way. You understand? It cannot work that way because the motherland has its own norms, has its own culture, has its own ways of doing things, have its own, there is a pattern in which the motherland functions. So if you are coming, you need to adapt, and it is 100% your culture. You understand? It is 100% the culture of the African diaspora. So they will easily find it. They will, I think for me, I think that they are easily going to adapt to the culture if they want to.
Yeah.
Because there have also been some videos. And one thing again that I would like to tell the African diaspora, they should always make sure, they should always make sure that they have information because one of the reasons why the African diaspora, when they move to the motherland, some at some point they might be stuck, they might get frustrated. It is because of misinformation. You understand? So they should try in as much as as possible to gather the right information before they move to the motherland. You understand what I mean? Yeah.
So
And
what?
when they have the right information, when they adapt with the system in the motherland, then this whole and then one thing that we all know, everywhere you go in this world, you are always going to find some people that are going to be negative. You understand? Don't you expect everybody to welcome you? You are welcome. No, there are some people that are going to welcome you, and there are some people that might not like your presence, and this is
So that's
normal.
where we wanted
This
to
is
go in
uh
about. I wanted to talk about that about where some most of the Africans won't welcome you. I want you to show them about the attitude the Africans usually show the moment these African Americans or these visitors come to your
yes,
country. How do you always respond to it? Like me, I can tell you truly, when the moment I sit, by the way, some of the African Americans are the people who stood for me, and they're the people who has paid for me my fees. I can be that is a fact. And
yeah,
there's an attitude that Africans usually show the moment they see these Africans. Like these people, when the moment they arrived in Africa, there's something that we usually see in them, like they are being superior. Yes, and that's something
that
that I think that is making the Africans to be very, very jealous about them. So there's an attitude that Africans usually show the African Americans, which I feel it is neither positive, it is also negative. So do
you
you
know,
always think that way?
for me, I don't think that is an excuse. You understand? I don't think that is an excuse. Yes, they are going to meet the negative aspect. All right, okay. Let me take what you just said, that when they come to the motherland, they are sometimes they will feel like they are superior because they are coming from the US. Well, I will say that that is not also a good attitude to portray to your brothers and sisters in the motherland. But in the other hand, do you know that there is this mentality that we have here in Africa, that whenever we notice someone coming from the United States or someone coming from abroad, if there is a possibility for us to take advantage of this person because we just feel like they have money, we just feel like they have it all. You
Yeah,
understand?
that
And
that is
yes, yes, and if some people when they have a chance they will like try, because there are even some videos that I've watched online of our brothers that came to the motherland, that they fall into the hands of prey and they were stranded. You understand? They were stranded. And I'm not supporting the fact that the diaspora shows superiority to their motherland. That is also a very bad attitude to portray to your brothers and sisters. But this goes the both ways. All right. This goes the both ways. And I think in the process of knowing each other, there is no change that has just come easily like that. There are always going to be ups and downs and stuff like that. So for me, I think that Africans have their own parts that they are playing, their own negative part, and the African diaspora also have their own negative part. So what I would suggest is that each and every person should work. When you see your brother that comes from the diaspora, you should welcome him or her. Make sure she is okay. If you just be in help your brother, all right, help. Maybe if the person wants to settle down here in the motherland and you have the means for you to settle down or for you to help him or her to settle down, be of help to your brother. Instead, do not try to maybe take advantage of him, because when you hear that he or she is from the US, you just feel like they came here with a lot of money. You understand?
yeah.
And
So
this
that's what
also
I want
goes
to
the
talk
both
about.
ways. Wait, let me just say this. Let me just say this. This also goes the both way, because we have heard of Africans that also moved to the US, and they have been complaining that they are also not being welcomed by our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. So, like I said, this goes the both ways. And this is one of the problem. that black people in general, this is what just one of the problem. We don't want to get along with each other. And there is something that I want to see clear here. Whether you are from the US, whether you are from Africa, there is nobody that is bigger or that is better than the other. You
Yes.
understand? Nobody is better than the other because we have a lot of similarities, even more than differences. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody is better. Instead, we should try to, yes, exactly. We should try to love one another. We should try this issue of love in within black people. I'm still saying it again. We should love one another because this is the greatest challenge that we are facing as a group of people all over the world.
Yeah, unity is power. Unity is very powerful. The moment we
Exactly.
united, I'm very, very sure that we can defeat this white supremacy. We can defeat a lot of discriminations, a lot of things which are now making us not to proceed with our own life, are making us facing a lot of racism in most of the
Yes.
countries. It will just end the moment we get united. But this is something that many people don't know. Like, why should you hate your brothers here in Africa? The moment you, as a black person, you move to maybe let's say Canada, you're just the same person. Like, for example, you're a black person. For example, you move in a Canada, you'll be hated the same way these black Americans are hated. So I just feel that we need to love one another because we
That
are
is
being
it.
treated the same as black people. We are being treated the same.
That is it. Because if you go to China, they will
Yes.
tell you you don't. They will not even ask you if where you are from because they will just automatically tell you that you are from Africa. You understand? They will just automatically, maybe if you tell them that you are from the US, they'll be like, okay, but where are you really from? You understand? So that is a question that they're going to ask you. If a black person say he's from Canada, he's from France, they will not, they will be like, okay, yeah, but where are you really from? Because they know that everybody that is of African descent, if you are black, you are from Africa. You understand? And so the same treatment that they're going
Shit. Yeah. Yeah. It's, my guests have. Oh, you are okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Sorry about that. It was just so as I was saying, is the
Yes.
same treatment that they are going to give you. They will not look at you and say this black person is from Africa. They will not look at you and say this black person is from Europe or from America. It's the same treatment. And this is, I think, this is a very big lesson that we need to learn. All right,
Yeah.
this is a very big
Your
lesson
sound.
that we
Increase your
need to
sound.
learn. Pardon?
Your sound is low. Is
My sound.
yeah. It is okay. It is okay.
It's okay now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are the things that we are really trying to talk about. Now I want to talk about something here. Have you ever
Somebody
been?
is saying that they cannot hear.
Yes.
Are you getting us now?
You need to. I don't know if it is me, but you need to work on your sound. I think.
It's for me.
Yes.
I don't know if is that you are not getting me.
I'm getting you. I don't know if they are getting you.
Um, very
Very
low. He's
low.
complaining that is very low. I don't know what's happening.
I told you to buy a gadget. You refused.
I'm going to buy. Don't worry.
Okay. I don't. Okay, a little
Okay,
bit.
okay. He said it's a little bit better. I don't really know what is happening because everything is okay here with me. I don't know. Maybe it's that little disruption that happens. Is it okay now?
Not okay. Not okay. I can't
It's not.
hear you.
Is it okay?
No.
Wait, let let me see something.
Shit.
Just wait. Let me, are you getting me?
I'm getting you,
Are you
but
getting me?
I'm getting you at a lower.
Huh?
I can't hear you
It's
very well.
okay.
But now, I don't know what will happen.
Okay, should we, I don't know if we should restart the stream and stuff like that because maybe that's the only.
No, we are not starting.
Okay, wait, just give me a minute. Let me check.
So, as I was saying, my name is Golden Boy, and that's my friend. We are really connected, and we are brothers right from the beginning at this channel. And yes, we started this channel. We started YouTube 3 months ago, and we have developed a very friendship. You can see our friendship. So we are used to one another, and that's what I think the Black Americans or the people who think that we as Africans hate them and we are not hating one another because this guy is from another country. I'm from Kenya and he's from Cameroon. Oh, shit.
Look down at the earpiece for that small cupboard. Yes.
Start again.
All right. I'm sorry. Let me try this.
I think you love to shout. You're okay.
Are you getting me, bro?
Yeah, I'm getting you. I'm getting you. I'm getting you. It is fine. The
I'm not.
the crops are doing fine actually. Yeah, we have maize. Maize. We also have how do I call them?
Are you seeing me?
Yeah, I'm seeing you and I'm hearing you. Look at you. So Funky is asking about the crops. What about your crops in Cameroon? How are they doing? Hey, connection is I don't know what is happening. Okay, I think we'll. Okay, you're fine. You're fine.
Are you getting me now?
I'm getting you. I'm getting you.
Perfectly.
So Funky asked about how are the crops doing in Kenya. I answered him. I don't know if it's him or. And what about your crops in Cameroon? How are they doing?
It is awesome here. Crops here in Cameroon is really awesome.
Are you
They are
harvesting?
doing. Yeah, maybe.
Cash crop.
Um,
Cash crop by the way is which one is the main cash crop?
the main cash crop here is cocoa, coffee. Do you know of palm oil? Is it palm? Do you know of this palm? I don't know why they call it palm kernel or something like that. You know of it? They use it to produce red oil.
I've heard about it, but no, I don't know about it. I don't know it, but I've heard it. I've never
Yeah,
seen.
those are the main cash crops here in Cameroon.
What about food crops?
Food crops, we have rice, we have tomatoes, we have carrots, we have beans. There is a lot of food crops that we are making here in Cameroon. Even though for the rice, we are still importing rice from China. Can
Ah,
you
you're
imagine?
eating plastic rice.
You know, this is just the mess that we are into, because there is a place here in Cameroon. There is a city here in Cameroon called Bamenda, and they are producing rice so much better quality, even more than this Chinese rice that we are importing. But somehow the country is still importing rice from China. Can you just imagine? So that is just what I keep saying about this whole democracy thing that they say Africa is having democracy, because for me that is not the case. Yeah.
I'm really, really sorry. Okay, so that is yes, I heard about that video. Actually, I'm having it in my gallery,
Which guy
and
said that? Which guy said that Africa should be need to be recolonized?
yeah, he said about it. He's saying that Africans need to be recolonized because most of the African leaders are really,
Yes.
really like. Let me take an example of. I'm not lying. Let me take an example of William Ruto. Did you heard about what William Ruto said in
No.
7 months ago when I was still a toddler? I was in my attachment. Ruto talked about how the Africans, AU, African Union, is it called African Union? He talked about it by saying that the African Union should only be going to represent to those summits. Only the African Union should be going to those summits and not the
Those ones.
president. You can remember the time Queen Elizabeth died. Did you see?
Yes.
Did you see how the president were placed on a one bus? One
On board,
bus.
they just put them like a, should I say, a can of sardine or something like that. They just put them everybody. This is total humiliation.
And Malema wanted them. Malema wanted, by the way, you need to have a president like Malema. Malema wanted this guy like, no, you should not be going. Only the AU officials should be going. Now look at the country which was summoning Africa. Is it called Italy? A small country. No, I'm not trying to spread hatred, but I'm just trying to say that there are some countries in the Europe countries, they don't need to someone. Like Italy is a small country. It's Italy. It's a small country.
Exactly.
And it's summoning all Africa. Do you know the map of Africa is really exaggerated? Like the
Like
African.
yeah, it is more smaller than, in short, Africa is the second largest continent.
Yeah,
But
it is
at times, there are some
the
certain maps that depicts North America to be more bigger than the African continent as a whole, in which only the America alone can suit only in Nigeria.
yeah.
Just North America, the whole of North America can only Nigeria. It can suit only in Nigeria alone, and there are still going to be space left. But there are some certain map that they will show North America to be more bigger than Africa. This is still this is just the manipulation that they are doing for, for we Africans to feel like, we are nothing.
We are nothing, and that's how they
Yeah.
have been showing. Like I also found out that some of the people in those European countries, they don't know that Africans have water. They don't know that Africans are living in big houses. They can't believe that most of the Africans are sleeping in mattresses. So Africa has been taken like I don't know how they have taken Africa. Now that was not the main thing about this video, this live. Now we are
Yeah.
moving to another one. Another one is about do you know, have you ever drink or eaten in your neighbor's house?
Yes, I'm doing that much more.
And have you ever been warned by your parents not to do that? No, it is not good.
Yeah, yeah, when we were kids, something like that. That really happened to us when we were kids. Like my father will always tell me, Nelson, if I see you here, you are not going to get it easier with me. And as children, we will maybe feel like our parents are just trying to hinder our freedom. Our parents are just trying to make us not to have fun, stuff like that. But in which now that I've reached some certain age, I now realize the importance that our parents were all those things that they were telling us not to do, particularly this one about, maybe eating somewhere, even if you might consider this person your friend, at times you cannot really depict the behavior of humans at times. Maybe your friend can do something to you that you were not even expecting. You understand? So it is now that I've really come to realize that no, our parents were really telling us, were trying to keep us safe.
Yeah, so I've also found something when you were talking about. I remembered something that a cultural that the Africans are using. African Americans are having, like they're washing their hair in a, is it called near the dishes, near the, have you ever heard such videos, like where the African Americans are washing their hairs near the food, near the utensils, near the
Food,
sufuria?
kitchen utensils,
Yes.
they are washing their hair near
Yeah.
maybe things that are going to be used to prepare food.
Yeah, so do you think that is something that I've come to realize, that we and African Americans and the Africans, we are really, really different. But as you have said that you are not allowed to eat in your neighbor's house. So this is the same thing that we also, you are not allowed. But now in Kenya, I can tell you there are some parts here in Kenya that, for example, when you go to Kilifi in Kenya, drinking water, it's really, really forbidden. Drinking water in your neighbor's house, it is really forbidden. And that's why there's a video I created today about a woman who was poisoned in Gambia, and it is really, really sad. But now I came up with this, and by remembering what
She
my,
was she was from the diaspora.
yeah, she was from the diaspora. This is not the first woman, actually. I think this is the fifth woman who has been poisoned in Gambia. Now we want to talk about what we need to do, what the African Americans need to do. Like there are things that there are some cultures which we as Africans we usually practice. Like, have you ever seen your father showcasing money in his neighbors, or something
No,
that is,
no, no.
yeah, those are things that are forbidden. Yeah, like I'm saying, it is really, really forbidden. Don't showcase your money. Don't drink water in your neighbor's house. Like we
But
in Kilifi, there's something that is called the moment you go and ask for water in your neighbor, something bad will happen to you. Like you'll have a bad dream. Someone will appear in your dream, and then he or she
eh,
will to kill, I don't know how they say, to kill someone in your family members. And that's something that has been happening in Kilifi. I'm not lying, actually. If you move to Kilifi, if you can search Kilifi, you'll find that most of the homestead people are very, really poor. So, like, the characteristics of homesteads, villages, they have one
yes,
mindset. They have one mindset. Do you know that?
of course,
Yeah, so
that's
one
true.
might mean that if you are a poor person, let's remain be poor. The same to your neighbors.
They
You
don't
don't need
want
to have
progress.
a car. Yeah, you don't need to educate your children. You don't need to build a bigger house more than these people. Otherwise, if you do that, there are two things which will happen to you. One, you will die, or the moment you are about to finish that house, something bad will
So
happen to you.
some
Either you'll become a
exactly.
cripple, So
You
we are
know
only
what?
talking.
Thank you very, very much for bringing this topic. There is something that I want to talk about here because you know, and that is why I will always tell the diaspora that before you come to the motherland, you need to look for a reliable person that will be with you, a reliable person in the motherland that will show you around, that will maybe, if you want to do something, just look for somebody, that you can trust. And secondly, if you are coming to the motherland, if you are coming to the motherland,
That's
random
what.
people, you should not feel like random people will just like you can just go to anybody and just say, okay, I'm from diaspora, we are one family. There are some people that they will not buy that. All right, they will not buy that. And I'm not saying that is something that you cannot do, because it's not everybody that is bad, but to some extent, because we are in the motherland, we know what we are saying. All right, it will be very, very good for you to always take your precautions when you want to do something or when you want to interact with you. Okay, now just take a look at what happened to that our sister in Gambia. Even though we don't really yet know the main detail of the story, but all that we have heard is that she was poisoned because she went maybe to drink water or to eat from a neighbor, and maybe she might have trust she might have had trust for this person, but she never knew that that is how it is going to turn out to be. And this should be a lesson. All right, if you are coming to the motherland, you need to know, like I said before, it's not everybody that is going to be welcoming. All right, there will be some people that will want to take advantage of you. There will be some people that want to take advantage of you. Okay, maybe they might maybe know that you have money because you are from the US, and maybe if we even want to look in this case of this woman, we can even realize that that is what even happened to her. Maybe they did that to her because they wanted to take something from her, or because I cannot just say that they can just do something like that to you if they don't want to gain something. Or and then secondly, jealousy. Jealousy also plays a very big role.
That is the main
Jealousy,
thing.
yes, jealousy also plays a very big role. And we all know about this issue of jealousy because it's not only happening here in Africa, even in America. You all can testify that there are some people that are going to be jealous of you when they see you, or if they want to see you succeeding in life, or if they want to see you moving further in life more than them. You understand? So these are just the things that you all need to be aware of. If you come to the motherland, don't just go to, or just don't just try to eat, or maybe somebody might just call you, oh, this is our brother from the US, because they might use friendly tone to you. Oh, you are
Yes.
welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome, we love you, come and take this food and eat. But you don't know what they have put inside the food. So this is very, very important. Please, this is very, very important.
Another one. Another one. Let me remind them. Please, 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 please. When you're coming to Africa, don't use cash, paper cash. I don't. Do you have paper cash notes? Do you know
Yes, yes, we
Africa?
have them.
We usually like to beg. We are begging, like, please give me 50, give me 100, give me. So the moment you are giving these people money, they're going to take that money and put it somewhere. Do you call it pot? Do you have that such witchcraft? It happened to
Yes.
my mom.
So
My mom was doing that. The moment she was moving homestead to their village, she usually distribute. She usually has that character of giving people out money. But the moment there's a time, I don't know which woman she gave money. Then when we were going back to the city, my mom went broke, totally broke. So those are things that are happening. Like, if you give someone money like this, that money, be very, very careful. That money will be used to turn against you. And again, that money, giving money to Africans frequently, it has something that is causing bad luck. Like, the moment you are having big jobs, you are driving car, you are renting in a big house. So the moment you give these people money, they'll use that money, and then the moment you go back to the village or to the city, those things will disappear from you. So the thing I'm saying is that witchcraft is real, and if that guy insists you to give money, please just send it through the mobile.
Yes, and you know what I would like to add is that, like I said, cultures in America and in Europe is totally different. Maybe because there are some videos also that I have watched, even though I have never been to the US or in Europe, but I think that they don't really believe in this spiritual realm. They don't really believe in, like there are some powers that is not in this our physical world. Like many of them will tell you, these things don't exist. It exists in Africa. This is something that at times when I used to watch some of these videos that people just say this thing, I just laugh because they don't really know what they are saying. If it might not be, even though you cannot say it does not exist everywhere.
Yes, continue. Even my battery is my battery is 2%. Do you know my battery is 2%? I think we'll continue this thing.
Okay, your battery is 2%.
Hey, 2% surely. I just
Are you getting me?
I don't know
All
how
right.
to do it,
So
but
what is going to be?
I
Should
want
we
us
just
to
end the stream prematurely?
I want it to end like, yeah, it is 2%. I know my phone will die. It will just go off.
Okay. All right.
But
Thank everyone who have participated. My channel, the name of my channel on
but
YouTube
your
is Nelson
channel.
Liu TV. It's Nelson Liu TV, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are sorry, we are just going to end the stream prematurely, so we are going to meet on our next live stream. So go
Yeah.
ahead, brother.
Yes. Channel tomorrow. Tomorrow at this time. Hey, Jesus.
they say you should put your okay, maybe tomorrow at the same time we are still going to meet. Like I said, you all should please go check my channel out, Nelson Liu TV on YouTube. Alright, thank you all for participating. We appreciate your effort.
But my phone on a charger. Surely no. My I don't have that extension. I'm still a poor boy. I'm still poor.
Alright, you can end the stream now.
Yeah. Have you said about your channel, what you do about your channel?
Yes,
Everything.
on my channel I talk about it, it is still the same thing that our brother here is doing to reconnect the African diaspora back to the motherland. That is what I do on my channel, and there is still more projects that are going to be coming because my main goal is to reconnect back the diaspora back to the motherland. So please make sure you do check it out. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, before you end, please go to your street, Cameroon street, ask those people, Bwana, about Jamaica versus the Caribbeans and what they feel about Jamaicans, them like Africans. I expect that video on your channel tomorrow by tomorrow.
Yeah,
Then,
I was supposed to should have done that video ever since, but they are just. But I'm going to do it, and there are still more coming.
yeah, do that. Do it. Have you heard? Do it.
Yes, yes, I'm going to do it, sure, for sure.
Yeah, thank you for doing this channel. Actually, it is really really late. I have only two hours. Tomorrow I'm having an exam. Daddy, do you know Eugene? Eugene is also having an exam tomorrow. So like
Okay, wish him
all
luck for me. I wish him luck.
there are exams tomorrow. I also have an exam, but that exam is very easy. That's why I just said that. Let me just post this live here. So see you tomorrow at the same time,
Okay.
but in a different channel of that person. Say your channel again. I
My
want to
name
end.
of my channel is Nelson Liu TV. It's Nelson Liu TV. We are going to be doing live tomorrow on my channel. All right, we'll be doing live tomorrow on my channel, Nelson Liu TV. Nelson LIL then TV.
Yes, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, we'll be here every day. We'll be here. Right?
Exactly.
app that strong network. Actually, when I was beginning, we were having troubles. You can go and check his channel, lives, and everything. Otherwise, see you, Nelson, and have a good night.
All right, same to you. Good night, brother.
Yeah.